Yo.
Yo,
The dry yo entrance.
what's up?
What do you mean? What's up? Just
What's
sitting
up?
here. You notice my camera is slightly different than previous episodes.
Yeah, it's a little angled.
It's a little more angled. I feel more.
like it.
I feel more streamery at this angle.
You need more lighting,
You know, it's funny. I have like 3 lights on me right now.
but like you need different colors.
More like.
Oh, you're saying like your thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're like ooh,
The RGB lights or what?
I have RGB. It didn't have light on.
What does RGB stand for?
Red, RG, green, blue. Roy G. Biv.
I thought you were gonna be like real gaming bulbs.
That's true too. Bulbs. They're not even all bulbs. Sometimes they're fans.
Sometimes they're fans with lights on them. It makes them dangerous. Fans.
That's true.
But hello everyone. If you're not aware, this is the Cedar Square podcast. I don't know why I paused. I was like, what is this again? Oh yeah, the Cedar Square podcast. Yeah, I know I froze.
You want to do it again?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Good.
It's natural.
Okay.
This is the
Well,
it's as natural as it gets here at Cedar.
that's real.
This is the 15th episode of the podcast. Wow. Woo.
Ooh. 15.
I know, 15. Big 1-5. I'm
That's
your
too
host.
many.
I'm your host, Zach, and join with me as always is
Shua. Yeah.
And
What's
Steve.
up? Oh, and Steve's here. Yeah.
Oh shit! Why do you say like that?
We never see your face.
nah,
One day.
they see a nice image.
Dude, I feel like if I start my camera, it's just gonna like burn this fucking computer. It's like running too many things.
Are you playing a game right now?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe that's why too.
That's okay. This is a gaming podcast. That's fine. That's fine.
That's true.
We're
That's
fine.
fine. I can't
true to yourself.
say anything about that. Today's podcast is brought to you by Paramount Plus. Watch great shows like 1883 and Star Trek Picard now. Start a subscription today using the link in our description of this episode. Today's podcast is also brought to you in part by Razer. Support us while getting yourself some nice gaming gear. Whatever you've been thinking about, go get it through Razer in the description of this episode. Also, additionally, today's podcast is brought to you by NordVPN. Save 68% on 3 years with NordVPN now using our affiliate link in the description of this episode. And finally, today's podcast is brought to you by Instacart. Now offering snacks. Save on free delivery of $10 or more on your first order now by using our link in the description of this episode. Thank you, Paramount Plus, Razer, NordVPN, and Instacart.
Thank you. Yeah. Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus.
Got Jackass on there.
And they got Halo.
Oh, that's true too. Yeah.
Is it out yet?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it came out this week. I think.
Oh damn!
I don't know.
I didn't
You can find out by using.
Yeah. There you go.
The ad reads over. We'll talk about it later. The second ad read. But how's everyone doing? How's everyone's March?
Wonderful.
Halfway through March.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
just trying to survive to summer, dude. This year is going by fast already.
A little bit, huh? We're already a quarter way there.
How you doing, Steve?
It's been eventful. Last week with my buddy's bachelor weekend, so it was pretty nice to go to the coast for a bit.
That's nice.
Yeah, and but other than that, I mean, it's been pretty busy. You know, the first week, what I told you guys what happened, and yeah, but it's been pretty busy.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, I mean, thankfully, I've been playing a lot of Lost Ark. Been playing a lot of Lost Ark. It's been really fun.
A lot of
Lost Ark.
Mm-hmm.
How is
that's
it?
what I've been doing lately.
How,
it's really fun.
You're enjoying yourself?
Yeah, and actually, it's like a lot of the content I've been doing. It's mainly solo, like, and it's still really fun. the only thing that I've had to do with people is the Guardian raids, not the Guardian raids, the Abyssal raids, the Abyssal dungeons, and those are like maxed. Like you actually have to have 4 people, but they're really fast. You go in quick and you just go, to each point, and it's basically just do damage and that's it. Um, but it's really nice. It's like those dungeons, those abyssal dungeons, guardian dungeons. They kind of just follow like what you're doing in the storyline. So they're kind of just like additional dungeons, I suppose. But there's like a lot of content. There's so much content in there. I know like there's like a tower, not defense thing, but it's just like a level. Like each level, there's like 50 levels, and it's just like you just kill
Like
the
Mortal
room, go up
Kombat.
to next. Yeah, something like that. You kill the room and then go on to the next level, and there's like each steps, and it's pretty nice because each level is like kind of item level locked. So you actually have to like progress into your armor and all that stuff to actually get to the next level. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot in this game, but I'm enjoying every second of it.
Yeah, dude. Are you completely into it, like over WoW and everything else?
What do you mean?
Has it completely taken over for a while and everything else?
For a while. I mean, when I'll play epics with you guys, and then but that's it. I mean, actually, yeah, it is pretty much taking up all like what I've been playing, because I know I actually was playing Sekiro before
Hero.
before Lost Ark came out, and I just totally left that game. It's just sitting there.
Dang.
Dang. Well, it will always be there.
Yeah.
Lost Ark won't though.
Maybe. I mean,
I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
But I'm not like a high item level yet, because like I guess like the highest item levels are like 1,000. Right now I'm like roughly 500. But I'm still like getting there. Like I'm still doing like content and trying to get there.
Yeah, man. We started that game with you. Remember that?
Yeah.
Or almost.
He's trying to take credit for it.
Yeah,
He's like, man, I helped him with that initial push.
I helped him.
That was mostly me.
That's true.
Where Steve is at now.
You wouldn't be where you're at now without me.
True. No, you're right.
No,
she was such an influencer.
it was totally like a secondary. Yeah, I should put influencer. Influence people to make bad decisions.
I'm an influencer, yeah, to play MMORPGs, because I myself play a bunch of MMORPGs. Shua.
You've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy 14?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I mean, a little, not as much this month as last month. Ring. Yeah. I guess I'll segue to me. I've been playing. Final Fantasy 14, like about twice a week, just to do daily things, just to keep myself
chores.
Up. Yeah, basically chores.
Yeah, it is chores.
Just so I don't forget about it, When I beat Elden Ring, I will definitely be back on the FF14 grind, but right now it's been a lot of Elden Ring, and hey, that game's good. Who would have thought? With everyone saying it's good, it's actually a good game.
Let's just spoil it for Steve right now.
No, I'm not gonna spoil anything. Yeah. I'll just say I'm about 50 hours in, 60 hours in.
It's pretty good.
It's crazy how big it is.
Do you feel like you've explored a lot?
But I haven't even explored like half of the game yet. Damn. According to the map.
According to the map, yeah.
And it's crazy too, because they don't talk about there's a bunch of, it's like Skyrim in the sense there's a bunch of dungeons and stuff below the ground too. So everything you see on the map isn't everything. There's a lot of verticality to everything. There's deep down dungeons and mountains up high. So there's a bunch of stuff, and it's like, it's almost like what I wish Breath of the Wild was when I first played it, because with Breath of the Wild, for the most part, you're like, hey, what's that over there? Oh, it's a couple goblins. They maybe have a treasure chest. Let me just go do that real quick. And there's a couple exceptions, like I think of like the giant maze that you find and like the lightning dragons. Like
Yeah.
a couple of those
Mhm.
things are like really neat and stuff. But I feel like Elden Ring is like all that. Like, whoa, like what's over here? Oh, this is something completely different.
Yeah.
It's crazy how many like enemy types there are and stuff that are specific to
Mhm.
just the little dungeon that they're in that
Yeah.
don't
Or the little
exist
area on
outside.
the map. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
It's like why is there so much detail in things that aren't really important, quote unquote, but it makes it so much better. And I love how they incorporated the Dark Souls UI into this in the sense that it
Mhm.
doesn't give you much, but it gives you just enough. They give you a map, of
Mhm.
course, and the map is pretty minimal. It shows where you can where the bonfires are at, but they're called State of Graces or Site of Graces.
Mhm.
And those appear on the map and you can teleport to them. So that's how you kind of fast travel in the game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But other than that, it doesn't tell you anything. You set your own waypoints. You set your own little markers on the map to keep track of your own stuff. It doesn't keep
Mhm.
track of like quests and stuff like Zelda does, like with side missions and stuff. It's
Right.
up to you to just remember, which is true, Dark Souls
Yeah, that's yeah, Dark
Yeah.
Souls.
type thing where it's like, hey, talk to this guy, and that guy just says some
Mhm.
stuff, and you're like, what did he mean by
Yeah.
that? And then you just figure out later on. There's a lot of that. Or like, hey, I need a golden needle. Can you find it for me? And it's like, okay.
So, okay, where? Yeah.
Yeah. They don't tell you where. I've only encountered one person who marked something on my map. And it was like one
Mhm.
thing, and it made sense because it's actually like I could not have found that unless someone marked it on my map.
Yeah.
Because it's just
You
like,
try exhausting. You try exhausting like all like chat options, right?
yeah, and like
Yeah.
there's invisible walls and stuff,
Mhm.
and there's invisible floors as well.
Oh shit.
So it's funny because like for the first like 20 hours I didn't find any, but there was a bunch of like player signs that said, oh,
I know.
trolls. Yeah, secret passage ahead or something, and then you roll through the wall into nothing. And I was starting to not
Classic.
believe, and then I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep doing it because I feel like there is, and there
One of
was,
them. Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
found like 5 or 6, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so many walls I didn't roll through early game that I need to go back to.
I love that shit on Dark Souls when someone says secret ahead and you just hit the wall and it's fucking nothing.
Or maybe
Yeah,
you jump off the cliff, and I
I haven't
people
done
are-
that. I've
I've
seen
jumped
some
off.
that say item ahead, like through a long weird path, and then you go and there's no item. I've seen that. I've done that once, but other than that, like pretty much just the door, or not the door, the wall thing. There's also like I really like how they did stats in this game. Apart from the stupid arcane ordeal. So it's not called luck anymore, it's called arcane. So they changed it just to make it even more obscure what it does.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it increases your chance of criticals and bleed damage and stuff. Also helps you with like spells. So it's like so it confuses a lot of new people because they're like, oh, do I need arcane to do magic because it sounds like a magical term? It's like, no, it doesn't do that. That's for faith and intelligence.
Yeah.
But other than that, I really like how the weapons and stuff, it's really like malleable on how you can build your character. Like strength intelligence is actually pretty strong, and that doesn't make sense in anything else but except a game like this, where it's like you can do really weird janky looking character builds and still have like a pretty solid fun time with whatever weapon you want to play as. Which is a crazy amount of weapons, like so many
And
different
some cool
weapons.
stuff.
Yeah, there's a bunch of cool weapons and stuff, a lot of references to older games. The wheel from Bloodborne's in it. I found that. There's just a bunch of stuff. And there's a bunch. I don't know how many bosses there are. I was told there's like 80-ish bosses.
Sheesh. Damn, that's great.
Yeah, and I've only encountered one boss that looks just like another boss I fought, and I fought a lot of bosses. So it's
So they're
crazy.
unique, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy how unique they are. And I'll be honest, a lot of them are like at the bottom of the dungeons. Like, you go to a dungeon, at the bottom there's a boss, and you fight that boss.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's really nice that they're just a bunch of different looking creatures. They just kind of went crazy with, the enemies that you can fight that are bosses. And then going off of that, you can summon helpers. They're called Ashes of Creation, I think, or something. No, Ashes of War.
Oh, the Ash Creation's
Ashes
game.
of War, I think
Yeah.
that it's called, or
Yeah, you're
Ashes
right.
of something.
Ashes of War.
Yeah, and you summon those things. They're basically NPCs that help you. Anyone can do it. It uses FP, but it's pretty minimal. You don't necessarily need to be like a sorcerer to do it. Anyone can really do it. So, like, they're pretty helpful. There's like a jellyfish that's like a tank. There's like you could get like skeleton warriors that respawn all the time and just annoy your enemy. You could also summon like strong like helpers, and you could level them up too. Eventually, you can upgrade them and make them stronger for you. So there's a lot of utility for it. The only thing is, there's a lot of places you can't use them, but they don't really tell you why you can't use them in certain places. But for some reason, like some bosses will be like, "No, you can't use that."
That's true.
But some bosses will be like, "Yeah, go for it," but other bosses like, "Nah, no." And same thing with the horse. Like, sometimes you can use the horse, sometimes you can't. There's not really a set rule as to why or why not.
Is it a horse?
Whatever, the mount,
Whatever.
the
I
goat
don't know
thing.
what it is. Has horns.
Yeah. Which I love that too. Like, the horse is so cool because all it does, like, you just summon it by like any item, and it just appears out of nowhere. And then when you don't want it anymore, it disappears.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about like parking it somewhere.
Yeah.
You
Or
just-
waiting for it to come to you, like in like Red Dead or something.
Yeah. It's just instant, and then you can double jump with it. It's pretty useful for like a mount. It also encourages me to like explore more as opposed to teleporting places.
Yeah.
Which I mean, in the end, just gives me more of an experience. But yeah,
That's the Skyrim way.
yeah,
Basically, it's like,
exactly.
oh, I gotta get to this point. I'll just do some side missions on the way.
Yeah. And you could totally Skyrim yourself up mountains and stuff with the mount too.
Really?
Yeah, you
That's
could.
great.
Yeah. There's a lot of like ways you could just jank yourself up to things that you probably weren't supposed to do, but go for it. Like, I think the game definitely encourages player creativity, especially on bosses too. Like, it encourages you to do things that you want to do. So I think that's something I applaud it for, that it built off of Breath of the Wild, maybe of like, just do however you want and just keep going and don't worry about like what you're supposed to do. And then also another thing with like the UI I forgot to talk about is stealth. It doesn't tell you, hey, you're hidden. You're just hidden. You know how like some games will like put, like Skyrim puts the eye thing, or like it makes the game all black and white or grayed out, and Elden Ring is none of that. They just don't see you.
Yeah.
So it's like,
But
you're hidden.
You have good options though, as like for sneaking. Like, it actually works pretty well.
Yeah, stealth is pretty good. I did that early game, but once I got stronger, I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna fight things.
Yeah. That's fair.
So I can imagine if you're like a magic user or trying to do something like that, you'll probably want to stealth more. But I've been going I start with the samurai class, so it's more like intelligence, and endurance. So a lot of stamina, a lot of chances to use better dex weapons too. So like I have a katana that has like magic bits to it. And I had a lot of fun with that. One of my other friends is doing just straight pure sorcerer, which I think it's a lot stronger in this game than other Dark Souls, at least post Dark Souls 1. So I think it's more realistic now. But I feel like this game wants you to do a mixture of both still. It's like it gives you the choice to do it, but later on it's kind of a pain in the ass because it's like, man, I really wish I had a sword right now all the time when that guy, I like watch him try to fight bosses that I had an easy time with.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like a handicap.
But you end up having to put all your stats into one thing to be able to wield certain.
Yeah, but you can respec as well.
You can.
You can.
I haven't been that.
Yeah, it's around halfway through.
Oh.
Like the second, after you defeat the second major boss, they unlock the ability for you to respec yourself.
That's cool. That's nice.
So you can rebuild all your stats again. If you're like, I kind of regret putting this much into
Arcane.
Faith or something, or Arcane. Let me just like do something else with it. Like you could totally do that. I did it like, so I did it twice. I made a strength build out of it. I was like, oh, I really want to hold a Buster Sword. Let me put all my stuff into strength. And then I was like, this is dumb. Let me just go back. So I went back and did it again. It does cost consumable item that you have to find throughout the world, but I heard there's like at least a dozen of them, so you don't have to worry too much. I've only found like 3 so far, but I'm sure later game there's probably a bunch, because that's probably really where it matters, where you want to respect yourself. But yeah, that's been pretty much my experience with Elden Ring. I think it's a strong contender for Game of the Year, easily. Sorry, what else came out this year? Horizon.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna.
Cyberpunk next gen.
I don't count that. Halo.
Okay.
Halo.
Dying Light 2.
No, Halo didn't come out this year.
Dying Light 2.
Dying Light 2. I mean, I didn't.
I'm just saying that you just asked what came out this
year. True. I can't think of it much. I mean, Kirby's supposed to come out this month. Or this month. So maybe some competition there.
Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yeah, there's. I mean, a bunch of good games are coming out this year, but I don't know. Like Elden Ring has taken things to another level, as far as like value in a game, a single player experience too.
Talk about
first and foremost.
Do you think that other studios are gonna grab big name writers or directors now?
Well, I mean, George R.R. Martin, I could tell you probably what he did. He probably wrote the opening cutscene and like maybe some text for lore, and then just said no. Because like I didn't put this in the docket. I should have, but the director for Elden Ring, Miyazaki, he mentioned that he put restraints on what George R.R. Martin could write, so they wouldn't mess with the stuff they already made and change the player experience, quote unquote. It was basically saying like, what I'm getting from this is that like they made a lot of the game, and then they're like, we need a world building to make this make sense. Let's go to this guy and have them do that without messing with the stuff we already did. But I think it did help, because it does feel a little more cinematic than the other games. Not so much more cinematic than like maybe Sekiro. Sekiro had a lot of cinematics too, and a lot of character development, because you don't play as just some guy you made. You play as an actual character in that game. But in this game, it's there's a little bit of a cutscene that actually rolls in nicely to what all the characters you fight are like supposed to be there for, if you pay attention. But you could totally not pay attention and be like, I gotta fight and kill everything I see. And just do it that way.
Have a good time.
And you still have fun. You'll still have the same amount of fun, honestly. And I think that's why that game does really well, is like you don't have to think so critically about the plot like you have to when you think of like, Horizon or Red Dead Redemption, where it's like, I have to be this character, like, nah, just do whatever you want, Figure out how to get on that mountain and kill that boss that kicks you off the mountain every time. Just do that for 4 hours, and that you'll still have a way better time than a lot of other games that have come out.
Have you dabbled in PvP?
A little. I just done it just to try it. It's pretty much just like normal. Invasion. I also did co-op too. I tried co-op. I tried co-op with a friend, in fact, and it works pretty fine. But they limit a lot of what you can do when it comes to it. So
Like-
it kind of sticks you in the overworld. Like if you do co-op in the overworld, you can't go into any of the dungeons.
But
So-
can you resummon him back in the dungeon?
Yeah, you can go in the dungeon and resummon that way, but
Yeah.
it's a little annoying. That's like honestly probably my only complaint is like, oh, I have to resummon this guy. Like when I go into this dungeon, I want to go do if I want him to help me. But that's the only like downside I could think of as far as multiplayer goes. But like I said, it's like you don't really need the co-op because you have the summons now. And those are just as good because, like, honestly, most of the time when you would summon someone for co-op, it's to distract the boss so you can actually kill him.
Yeah, the
So-
NPCs.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
exactly what this does. The
There's
summons.
still NPCs too. That
Yeah,
you can summon
there are
along with
NPCs.
your-
Yeah,
Yeah,
but like
that's
I
good.
never even need to use it now. It's like I just
Yeah.
summon a
I was-
jellyfish. Hey,
Yeah.
go take this
And-
damage for me real quick.
I never really summoned, but the only person I would summon in Dark Souls was Solaire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
That's my boy.
I will spoil one thing about Elden Ring characters.
Mhm.
Spoilers to Elden Ring. You have 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Patches is in the game.
Is he from something else?
He's from Dark Souls.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Patches. Yeah.
You think that's continuity? Like he's in both? Like
I don't know. I have no idea, but he's in the game. I'm not telling you where, but he's in it. And he's called Patches.
Mhm.
And you can kill him if you want.
I've run into him.
You have in Elden Ring?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, he's in the game, and you can actually summon him to help you at times.
Well,
It's
and he's
ki-
very helpful with an item. I don't know. Anyway, we can.
But
Yeah,
it's
that's
it's pretty funny because if you summon him like against certain bosses, he'll just run away and unsummon himself.
Really?
Yeah, he'll like run at and then he'll just turn around. So it's pretty funny. I really like that they throw a little bit of
Like a joke.
that good Dark Souls humor from the originals. But that's pretty much it. I played a little bit of Valorant too. I got a little bit back into that. I just wanted to play a shooter again, and I didn't want to play Apex because you need people to play with.
That's fair.
So I just play Valorant, and I've been doing pretty solid. I think.
It made you better at Apex.
Yeah, I made my aim better probably.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it also made me get used to playing with a higher DPI on my mouse. Because before I would just like have no problem like doing this with my mouse, but now it's like small movements. Because you really need to turn fast in a game like that, like quick corners and stuff. I found it more advantageous, so I've been using my mouse more that way. So we'll see how long I stick with it. Probably after I beat Elden Ring, I'll probably drop it because I'll be spending too much time in Final Fantasy. But we'll see. Who knows?
Oh, I heard they didn't they revamp the PvP in Final Fantasy?
Yeah, there's team-based PvP too. I think. I don't have the details actually. That surprisingly.
Okay. Never mind.
But yeah, they did. They did revamp it for the new patch.
You get you?
He's going to Zen mode. But anyway, Shua, how's your week
My
or
week?
month? I guess.
I don't know. It's fine. I don't know. I'm just playing Elden Ring and Apex. You know, a daily.
How far are you in Elden Ring?
Like 30 hours. I'm like
Who have you beaten? Like you could say the name.
we're getting past Godric.
Okay, so you got through the first area, basically.
The first main area, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I'm getting through it, but like slow but steady because of like,
Mhm.
well, it's easy to get distracted just like any other open world game, honestly.
Yeah, Yeah, I get that.
There's a lot to do, but it's very good. Yeah, it's one of the first Dark Souls games that I'm like really getting into.
I mean, 30 hours is a big chunk of change for a video game.
For me, yeah.
Yeah, for you especially.
Yeah.
You're a 10-hour guy for most of your games. It's like, okay, this can't pay more than 10 hours. Nope. Okay.
I do
We're in
like
there.
I do like stories that are like consolidated into like with the important things and like
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
totally.
but also there is something to be said about living in like a world, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good. And then Apex though, of course.
Apex.
Yeah.
I wonder if there will ever be a podcast where you don't mention Apex.
Probably not. Yeah. I don't
Probably not, unless they shut the servers down.
That's illegal.
No, because we'll be talking about
That's
it.
illegal if they shut the servers down.
No. Yeah. We
He'd
would talk about
protest.
it.
I'd riot.
I would compare every game to Apex.
You do.
Yeah, that's true.
You do. When we played Valorant, you're like, oh, but in Apex you could slide, and I kind of like that better. Oh, the jumping's not as good.
I compare Elden Ring to Apex.
How?
Well,
What is similar?
when you die, it sucks.
Gotcha.
When you die and then come back without getting your stuff, and then you die again without getting your stuff back, it sucks.
Okay. Okay.
You know?
Yeah, you're reaching a bit, but that's okay. That's fine. You came up with something. That's all that matters. I think that matters more than anything.
Oh man, I'm so tired.
That's okay. Is there anything else or?
No, that's it. I'm not really doing
straight
much.
straight arrow this time.
Yeah, I don't know.
You dropped Fallout completely, huh? Fallout 4.
Yeah, cause I installed Lost Ark and then Resident Evil 4.
Did you even play fucking Lost Ark again?
Yeah,
that's okay. That's fine.
Fallout 4 did what I needed it to do for a second. Like it scratched that like itch that I had to like, play like yeah. And then I started playing Mass Effect. I got pretty deep into Mass Effect. I got to 2, and I'm pretty deep into 2. I just
finished 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
But then I got distracted with Elden Ring, and then I was also wanting to play Cyberpunk again.
Okay.
How that is. And then now GTA 5 is out again. I don't know. I'm gonna have to replay that.
We shall see, I guess, huh?
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be the fourth time I bought that game though.
Really? Wait. When 360
Xbox One, PC.
And then this would be fourth time.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard it looks good.
Yeah, I mean, probably. I don't know.
It's the same game.
It's probably just
better than this.
Yeah, true. I guess it's is it full price?
It's $40 for a limited time, which is like
why are they FOMOing a 10-year-old game?
Yeah, you really are, huh?
You better watch out.
Better get it now before it's too late.
Before you can never get it, goes into the Rockstar vault. Never. It's gonna go in there with Manhunt 2 and Bully and table tennis.
Oh shit!
Not Manhunt 2.
Not Manhunt 2. Never. Probably the only game I don't want them to bring back.
Why not?
Because it's not good. Those Manhunt games are bad. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I only played I don't know, 20 minutes of Manhunt 2, and I was like, this isn't even.
I don't think they could bring it back now.
Like a game.
It was so violent.
I mean, it wasn't even a fun mechanically game. Like honestly, if you took away the gore and stuff, it was a bad game. It was a bad game even with the gore, but it's not even good either way. It could have been a Sly Cooper game and it would have been terrible, you know.
It's no Bully.
So next series, Manhunt 2.
No, I think we'll get like we'll get suspended so fast. We'll get terms of service so quick.
That's real. Is it even rated M or is it rated like NO or whatever?
No, it's rated M. They dropped it down to M, so it could come out. But I mean, it doesn't matter.
You don't want to play like Suitcase Larry or whatever it's called.
Suitcase Larry.
Leisure Suit Larry.
Leisure Suit. Yeah.
Oh,
Suitcase Larry.
I think I know what you're talking about, but no, I don't want to play a game like I don't even call those things.
I've
games.
heard about that game.
I seen like an X Play special about
yeah,
it.
So, yes, I saw that. I think I saw the X Play special too.
And I was like, this is not a video game. There's no way.
They sold it.
They sold the property?
No, I mean they sold it as a game.
Oh.
It's on Steam.
It's on Steam. Oh god.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, it is available Paramount Plus, and you can watch things like South Park, the COVID events, and the post-COVID event, and you can also watch Halo.
Yay.
There's a little bit of everything for someone, out there. And, as we're getting closer to spring break, you don't want to go outside because gas prices are too high. So
True.
Just start a subscription Paramount Plus for like pretty cheap and just enjoy yourself at home. You can go anywhere. You go to space with Star Trek or Halo. Anyway, thank you, Paramount Plus. Click on the description, the link in the description of this episode to start your subscription today. Today's podcast is also brought to you by Razer. We're talking about the hit gaming company Razer. Get yourself some nice gaming equipment like a mouse. I have the MMO mouse. I forget what kind of snake it's referencing. I think it's an adder. I don't remember, but anyway, I have the mouse. Get yourself a mouse, and you get the cool RGB stuff like Shua has, where he could play his Apex all brightly lit with the health bar thing, right? Yeah, Razer Chroma, only available with Razer, of course. So use the affiliate link in the description of this episode. Thank you, Razer. NordVPN is also a sponsor of this episode. Save 68% on 3 years with NordVPN now. Use our affiliate link in the description of this episode. And last but not least, today's podcast is brought to you by Instacart, now offering snacks. Like I said, you don't want to go outside driving. Save some money and get the food that you're thinking about getting right now using our affiliate link in the description of this episode. Thank you, Instacart. And now it's time for the news. I like the bass drop. Good quality. Started things off with the latest PlayStation State of Play. It showed not Dino Crisis from Capcom.
Is that what you wanted to see?
I mean, it's called Exoprimal, and it's got dinosaurs and guns, but it's not Dino Crisis.
And the person with red hair. So they're kind of baiting you, but it's a team-based shooter. It looks like a PvE kind of shooter, like something like Earth Defense Force. It seems like class-based as well. Like there's like a big tanky guy, there's like someone with swords, and there's a normal gun dude. So it seems like that's the route they're going. So clearly it's a departure from like survival horror if it's a reference to Dino Crisis. But nonetheless, it's coming out in 2023. Looks pretty cool for what it is. If it's like anything, it's probably at least a good multiplayer attempt from Capcom, which hasn't happened yet. So not at least since like Lost Planet.
I totally forgot about that game.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Also announced was a game called Dialfield Chronicle, which looks like Final Fantasy Tactics. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It looks like Final Fantasy Tactics, but it's not. But it's Square Enix. So it looks pretty cool. I wish they just did Final Fantasy Tactics, but hey, they did this instead. It's got the the board with the squares and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not Final Fantasy Tactics, so I don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
Going off on that, Square Enix keeps hitting a Valkyrie Profile game. If you're not familiar with Valkyrie Profile, just look it up. It's been called Valkyrie Elysium, and it looks like a action JRPG kind of deal. Looks pretty sick. There's also Returnal Ascension, which is Returnal DLC, which was, I forget, it got Game of the Year from somewhere, but it's not us. I didn't play it, but it has co-op now, so that's cool.
Oh, that is cool.
They also showed Forspoken again. Still indecisive of it. There's a lot of Square Enix. This like
a lot
thing,
of Square Enix.
They're making a lot of games. It's crazy. They also showed another Game of the Year contender, Final Fantasy Origin, Stranger of Paradise.
Really? You think so?
I don't know. Could be it.
Have you played it?
No, it just came out. But anywho,
it's not out yet.
It's not out yet. I've seen people.
March 18th.
It's reviewers probably.
It's probably I've seen like streamers play it already.
Yeah.
I'll have to. Well, I mean, hey, I could pre-order it, I guess. Is it coming to PC? Hold up.
You skipped one.
What did I skip? Oh, I skipped Ghostwire Tokyo. Oh yeah.
That one does look very good.
It does look good, and it's a first-person, not shooter. There's like bow and arrows and magic. It's just kind of interesting.
The horror like art like concepts are kind of scary.
Yeah, I wonder what the tone is for the whole game. If it's got like a lot of action set pieces, or it's all pretty slow. I watched like a bit of gameplay, and it was like a stealth section, and it looked pretty tamed as far as like action levels. But it looked pretty cool. I'll probably wait to play that because it's coming out like this month as well.
There's a lot of games coming.
Yeah, it comes out March 22nd, so it comes out like literally in a week. So it's like, man, there's too much coming out. Moving on, Gundam Evolution, which is a Gundam MOBA shooter.
Yeah, this looks pretty sick.
It's a first-person shooter MOBA.
I'm okay with
featuring Gundams. Yeah, look, I mean, watch out, Overwatch. I'm curious what it like looks like feels like, because from my experience from watching Gundams are pretty slow, but they're pretty fast in this. So yeah. I'm curious what this looks like. I hope it comes out on PC, not just console, because I don't like playing shooters with a controller. So hopefully, but we'll see. Next up, we got the Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga Collection, which is like all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games. She was already like interested.
No.
You're not a fan?
They weren't that great.
You're not a fan of the beat 'em ups? No,
I think this is one of those games that nostalgia, kind of heightens.
Yeah, there's also a fighting game. I didn't know there's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fighting game. But yeah, there's a lot of beat 'em ups. I don't know. I mean, these games kind of came out when beat 'em ups were like a thing. But I don't know. Maybe that's a lot of games though it comes with. So that's why I'm like, maybe. Yeah, it could be worth it, on the Switch or something, just to kill time. Skipping a little bit, there's a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fighting game being re-released. It was like a PS3 game, getting re-released to PS4 and 5. And that's basically it. There's another game, Trek to Yomi, which looks like a side scroller samurai game in black and white. So it's trying to look like a Kurosawa film, I'm assuming. Looked pretty sick. It's also coming to Steam and PlayStation, so it's not a PlayStation exclusive, even though it's shown at the PlayStation event.
Right.
So, kind of cool.
Okay.
Cool little indie thing. It's being made by the Shadow Warrior developers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The first-person shooter one?
Is that it? Is that what Flying Hog? Studio Flying Hog? That's what it says.
Yeah, Shadow. Yeah, I see that. Shadow War. Yeah. Huh.
But yeah, that's pretty much what the state of play was. It was very Japanese studio focused, of course, but it was a lot of Square Enix. Square Enix. They make a lot of video games, which I should transition to one of our last later stories was the Babylon's Fall. If you're not familiar, Square Enix and Platinum Games came up with a games as service game called Babylon's Fall, and it's out. It's out now. If you didn't know, that means it's working. It's a pretty bad looking game. It's like I don't know what to call it, like an action co-op game that is a loot grinder. But the loot's apparently bad, and I guess a lot of the times if you can't get into a multiplayer match, they'll still scale enemy health to multiplayer levels. So it's like you're just beating up a sponge for like 30 minutes. I watched and I put for the docket a video, and I'll link it on the description of this video of like this I forget what his name is.
Dude, this looks bad.
Power Pack, and he basically played the demo that came out the day Elden Ring came out.
That's what he chose to play, huh?
Yeah, because I guess he was waiting for his copy of Elden Ring. And the first thing he talks about is to get into the game, you need to sign into your Square Enix account, and that's already like a bad sign. And basically the game has like a vague storyline and like terrible graphics, like to get you into the lore. Apparently there's a tower, and they assign people to go fight in it for some reason. This game, which is sad, is because this game I guess was partially developed by Platinum Games, but I guess I'm imagining Square Enix probably like sent it back to them saying we need this meat to be more gassier, we need more service, we need more grindiness so that way players play more with their friends. Because that's what this game pretty much just looks like. The enemies don't move at all or react at all to the player, so it's pretty obvious that it's like, oh, this game was like definitely meant to be played with multiplayer. It's similar to like how MMOs work. Like a lot of enemies don't react to you because, of course, like with all these different people playing, you want to be able to have stability and be able to all fight the same thing.
Yeah.
So this game is doing a lot of that, but the multiplayer's probably not very good, and there's probably not a lot of people playing this anyway. So it's like, why even bother? So, but the game's out now, and they just kind of just dropped it, and there's another one of those Square Enix things that just kind of makes it think, why are they spending money to make bad games still?
Yeah, maybe trying to find one that sticks, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean they but they already have a games as service. It's called Final Fantasy 14. Why don't they just invest in that?
It's weird too because it seems like they're investing a lot in the marketing and the like I don't know, like the creation of like Forsaken.
Yeah.
It's like, why don't they just put all of their bets on that game? Because it looks pretty good.
Yeah,
they're making like a crap ton of games right now.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. They're just making a bunch of video games, but they're trying to make so many things stick. And it seems like everything that they try to appeal to the Western audience, like Marvel's Avengers and stuff like that, like grindfest things, always don't work. So it's like, why do they keep doing this?
They have Guardians of the Galaxy though. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but I heard that was good. you know.
Yeah,
And then I
same.
guess it almost like wouldn't have done so well if people weren't like, hey, this isn't Marvel's Avengers. You know, like it kind of looks like it, but it's not. Don't worry, it's not what you think it is. So
Speaking of which, it's on Game Pass now.
it's on Game Pass now, so you don't even have to spend extra money to play it now. But anyway,
Avengers.
no, well, Avengers is on Game Pass too. Sadly,
That's true.
it's wasting a
Yeah.
slot. but but yeah, Square Enix, I don't know what to say. Moving on to another showcase, the Nintendo showcase, which primarily showed the Pokemon showcase, I should say. Revealed Pokemon Scarlet and Violet coming out this year, which is kind of crazy because they just keep pumping out Pokemon games.
Yeah, dude, it's insane.
Yeah, they're definitely riding that wave again. Like
People are gonna keep buying them.
yeah, I mean, people are gonna buy them. They're gonna buy the plushes. They're gonna buy the cute sweaters with their favorite Pikachu on it, and that it just is what it is. I guess these games like take place in Spain, and I guess these are more traditional Pokemon games as opposed to Arceus, which was like a departure. Well, it was like different because you could sneak and like walk around and explore, and you could grab or catch Pokemon completely differently than you could have ever before. It was just a completely different game, and it made a lot of people interested in Pokemon all over again. But then they're like, we hear how much you like Arceus, and we're going back to the formula again with what we did before and forgetting about Arceus progress. So here's
it still looks fully 3D and everything.
it's fully 3D, but it's back to normal, you know, like random encounter, go up in Pokemon battle, get the Elite Four, yada yada. So, I mean, it's gonna sell well, and it's gonna be a success. It could literally be garbage, and it would probably still sell well. So, there it goes. Coming out this year. But no, it isn't garbage. Mario Strikers,
True.
Battle League. We're probably one of the better Mario sports franchises. Is coming to the Switch. I've seen the trailer and it looks pretty amazing.
Pretty dank.
Pretty good. Comes out this year, June 10th, 5-on-5. Definitely want to do some Cedar videos with that.
Yeah.
Whatever that may be. But yeah, look forward to June 10th. Moving on to some also multiplayer. Overwatch 2 beta. It was coming in April. Ooh, you could sign up now if you want to. I'm not going to link that though. You have to find that yourself.
Yeah, because then we're in competition.
Yeah, then yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I just didn't want to link it, but it's coming out in April. For transparency, I signed up for it just because I want to see. It's been like 6 years since the last one, so I'm curious what it's gonna be like. I don't know.
I feel like it's been more than 6.
It wasn't 2016.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see if it's even worth like if it warrants even being a number 2. You know what I mean? Instead of just
yeah, it's been a long time, so maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know though. I don't know what counts as worthy of a 2. Ask Destiny. Ask Activision or Bungie with Destiny. Why a 2?
Girl, though.
But anyway, it's coming, and I bet. I don't know. I hope it's something. I hope it's fun, at least for a little bit. There's a lot of red flags around it, of course. No surprise because it's Blizzard, But
yeah.
But coming out April, for the beta, and then I don't know when the actual game comes out. I don't think they put a date on it. It was supposed to be. I think it was supposed to come out. Overwatch 2 is slated to release sometime in 2023.
Okay.
All right. So there's probably gonna be a couple betas, I imagine, similar to Overwatch 1. There's probably gonna be several betas to build up hype. I wonder if this will reclaim its throne from Valorant. Who knows? Moving right along. Not quite video game, but I think kind of interesting. Funimation content is moving to Crunchyroll. They're merging. Probably one of the biggest merges in a while. That means you
That's
can watch.
That's a pretty big merge.
That means you can. Yeah, it's basically all the anime,
Yeah,
being
all
put on
anime,
on one thing, which is
That is
crazy. It's all going to Crunchyroll. I don't know what that means for Funimation side of things, but it's all going there. In fact, a lot of it's on there now, and I think it's slowly rolling out. I think today they announced Dragon Ball Z's all on there and stuff.
That's lit.
So it's just slowly going on there with no price change really for Crunchyroll, but I don't know what that means in the future. You never know. Of course, it's gonna go up one day, but for now, it is what it is. But yay, we less streaming services, the better. In my opinion.
Really good. Yeah,
just keep combining it.
Consolidate monopoly.
Yeah, let me just pay $160 fee again.
Yeah.
Return to cable. Embrace tradition.
For real.
Yeah.
Back to gaming. Street Fighter 6 was announced. Woo!
That's all you, dude. However,
I mean, it was only like 10 seconds.
Real talk though, I saw that there was like some controversy about the logo.
Oh well, I don't know. I don't think so. What you're talking about is like apparently the Street Fighter logo looks a lot like some stock Photoshop image that is for sale. I don't think they stole it. To be honest, I think that anybody could have imagined that. Because that's such a basic looking, a 6-sided square, because to represent the 6, and putting SF with spray paint in the middle, like it's a pretty generic logo. I don't think that will be the actual logo, because the Street Fighter 5 logo changed a bunch. So, but the trailer just showed a little bit of Ryu. He's got the big beard and big muscles. And it's running on the RE engine, so kind of looking forward to that. Hopefully it plays well. I'm worried that it's gonna like feel like Mortal Kombat or something, which I don't want when it comes to Street Fighter.
Yeah,
I don't want that. I don't want that rigidness. I want the fluidity of, But I trust it. I trust that it'll be in good hands. But yeah, supposed to get more announcements this summer. I'm assuming E3 is when they're gonna announce more about it. Probably more characters. They just showed Ryu and then the new character Luke. He was the last DLC character for Street Fighter 5. Both in the RE engine. It looks really sick, like as far as their designs. So
yeah, the RE engine's so good too.
Yeah. And I'm wondering what this game's gonna come out on, like console wise. I wonder if it's gonna be next gen exclusive, and if so, are they gonna do what they did to Street Fighter 5, where it's only on PlayStation and PC, or if they're gonna open it up to Xbox even. We'll have to see, I guess. This summer. Moving on, Lost Ark devs react to the success of the game after. Well, now it's been almost 2 months. The Lost Ark has been nothing short of a success. It's Amazon Games' first success. The game, for those aren't familiar with Lost Ark, it was a game that originally came out in South Korea in 2019. And then developed a following that, garnered Amazon's attention to bring it to Europe and North America. Which apparently they received, I believe, 1.3 million concurrent players, which makes it the second highest played game in Steam history. If you're not sure what number one is, it's CS:GO. So
What were you gonna say, Josh?
I
You
said
said
GTA.
GTA.
Yeah.
Not quite, but yeah, it's forcing, I guess, Amazon to scramble for more servers, which is ironic because Amazon owns a bunch of servers already.
Yeah,
So it's kind of
that's
dumb.
funny. Yeah.
That's
Um,
funny.
but yeah, you know,
Well,
it's gonna be
what
here for a
did you say?
while.
Why'd you say it was Amazon's first successful game? It's not the first one.
What was the? Oh, my
That's fucking
New
apologies.
World was good. I'm good. Nah, New World was trash.
perfect
It's
game
so
for the
bad.
game.
um, but
I
yeah,
was looking
so
at a streamer look at the Steam charts of
mhm,
like New World, like
yeah,
from launch to now, and it's just like a big dip, and then like it's just like Lost Ark, just like after the first few weeks, like it stayed constant.
wow.
I don't know. Yeah, it's New World is. I wasted so much money on that.
Did you really?
$40 is a lot of money.
Yeah,
That
hey,
is awesome.
that's a lot for something you don't play anymore. You know.
Yeah, I
Damn.
missed those $40.
Um, Speaking of Amazon, I didn't put this in the docket, but the Amazon Luna came out. If you're not sure what Amazon Luna is, it's their streaming service for video games that they're using, packaging into the Prime membership. So basically, you can stream games to your PC or Fire TV or whatever
Yeah.
using a Bluetooth controller. And they're doing like a subscription kind of system, I'm assuming, for now, or it's just like a couple games a month. Like right now, it's Devil May Cry 5 is the big one. So I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. I might try it later just to see if it's trash or not. But streaming things haven't been too good for a while now, especially a game like Devil May Cry 5. You know, that's a busy one, but it's out, and we'll see how it does. Moving on. RE2, 3, and 7. 2, 3, as in the remakes, are getting next gen patches for Xbox Series X, PS5, and PC. And I think it's out today or tomorrow.
Already.
I believe.
Dang.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Look. Yeah, I heard about that. That's pretty insane. Like it's kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm glad they're doing it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, it says later this year. It's not out yet.
Oh.
I don't think so. Let me
Yeah.
see. But it's coming. Probably sooner than we think. It's just, enhancements to make the games look more next gen, taking advantage of that RE engine. That's a good reason to replay 7, honestly, for me, because I've been wanting to replay that one. So if I could play it, in 4K, I'm definitely down. Moving on. CD Projekt Red suspends all sales in Russia, Belarus amid Ukraine conflict, among a bunch of other companies, including Xbox and Sony, and I think Nintendo too. I don't recall, but
I think Lost Ark shut down their Russian servers.
Yeah, so I just picked this one because it was like the most recent of the gaming companies to do it. Activision Blizzard too, Epic Games, just a bunch of different studios are just doing their thing of temporarily suspending sales and donating to companies. We'll see what that means in the future.
But what was it called? Another Iron Curtain?
Something like that.
That's insane.
But yeah, that's definitely happening right now. Moving on to our last thing, the Steam Deck. It's out. It's been out for a couple weeks. And it's got a lot of positive reviews, actually, which is surprising for Valve. So good on Valve Hardware. I heard that the only issue was people were having not Joy-Con drift, but analog drift But it was actually a hardware thing, not a software thing, not a hardware thing.
Oh,
So they
fixable.
patched it. So that's
nice.
It's already good. But more so, right? The Steam Deck, you can change out the analog sticks anyway yourself. They made it pretty consumer friendly with upgrading and changing out parts of it. So even if they did break, you could just replace it yourself without needing to send it.
Nintendo.
I know, right? Or everyone, literally everyone else take notes. But yeah, it's pretty cool to see that like this thing's getting support from Valve, past like, hey, just give us some money. But yeah, Gaben, if you don't know Gabe Newell, the Mr. Valve,
the king of Valve, yeah.
Yeah, the guy. I guess, what is he? The CEO, I guess. He is basically like the head of Valve. He delivered Steam Decks to people for a little commercial, and I guess one of them like wasn't home, so he gave 2 free ones to their neighbors.
What?
Yeah, he was just like giving some out in Seattle.
That's
area.
lit.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool to see, and I hear just like I said, a bunch of cool things about it. I think I pre-ordered it, but mine's not coming for a while. It says quarter 3.
Oh shit!
So you got the other one, huh? The bigger SSD or whatever.
I got the middle one. It has an SSD, but doesn't have the anti-glare screen.
Wait, which one released early?
They all released.
Oh,
I thought they came.
I just bought mine later, or I pre-ordered mine later than the initial wave.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't want the anti-glare screen because I was like, I could just literally just put a screen protector on that. It's like,
that's true.
It's not a big deal. I was like, if I really care about the glare, I could just.
Well, you probably need one anyway, you know.
Yeah, true. But they come with cases too, like included in the price, like an actual like solid hard case.
Oh, okay.
So and a charger. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. I've seen a lot of pretty cool things that people have already done with them. Runs games pretty well. The battery life.
Games on it.
Well, you can play more than Steam games though. You can play Epic games, and now you could boot Windows on it if you want.
That's crazy.
So it could just be a computer.
Yeah.
If you want it to be. But I think as far as the Steam OS, it runs pretty well, and a lot of games are being tested and approved for Valve Steam Deck use. So it's looking promising, and I think the promise of like this pro consumer console that's never been done before, really, like this, at this scale at least, is a pretty cool thing, giving people the choice of how they want to play their games and all that. I think it's a really cool thing that I hope more people follow. But that's pretty much it for the news. It was pretty jam-packed. You know, of course, we missed a couple weeks, so I had to catch up on all that. You guys have anything?
Let me see. I thought
there was something. I forgot what. Same. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want me to end the record and then suddenly like, oh wait.
Yeah, oh, Dr. Disrespect.
Oh.
Settled his we don't know what happened, I guess, but they resolved their issue with Steam.
Steam?
Yeah, no one knows anything except for fucking Slasher.
Yeah.
Well, Twitch, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, no one knows except for Slasher, apparently.
I don't know who that is.
It's a video game news person, I guess.
Oh.
Like, yeah.
That should be illegal, right?
Wait.
Isn't it like an NDA or something?
Well, it's a reveal.
No, he's bullshitting. No, he's bullshitting the whole time.
Wow.
Because he was like, when Dr. Disrespect got banned, he was like, "Oh, Dr. Disrespect is banned on and not just on Twitch," and trying to like insinuate that he did something really really bad, but but he obviously doesn't know what happened either.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, nobody knows. But damn, that's crazy.
We're on Twitch, by the way. I guess I should plug that.
All right, we're back.
Twitch.tv/Cedar Squared if you want more of us. We'll be streaming a little bit more now. There's also, of course, the YouTube, how you're probably watching this. Please subscribe and follow and do all the good stuff. We're pretty much everywhere. Well, not everywhere. We're not on
Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah, we're not on TikTok. I don't think we ever
Oh
will
shit!
be.
That's all Steve.
Steve's gonna.
Dude, I don't even have TikTok, but let's do it.
He's gonna do dances.
Well, because
with the link of a video.
I just said maybe. I'm thinking about it because I know that TikTok is killing Facebook's business. So let's do it.
I know TikTok. Like, some people I pay attention to as far as like gaming content. People have all went to TikTok because I guess it's literally so good for viewership that it's hard to resist.
I know. That's what I'm scared. I'm scared of downloading it because I'm scared that it's gonna
drag, dude.
And yeah,
then you're stuck.
Drag me in.
And that's how it gets us. Anyway, look for Cedar Squared on on TikTok,
on Twitter,
on TikTok and Twitter and Instagram.
And Facebook. No, I'm kidding.
No, we're going to Facebook gaming, guys.
Dang, pay us $1 million.
Just have your mom commenting.
Yeah,
you guys look great.
Yeah, she's nice. That's so funny.
That's tempting now.
No,
just do a meme Facebook stream.
I feel like that was something we actually entertained.
No,
streaming on Facebook for a second.
No, we didn't. No, I didn't even think of that once. That's like I was down there with Mixer, and Mixer still was around at the time.
Hey, we saw Mixer at E3. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. But I guess that's it for the news. Thank you for listening. Don't forget if you're listening on Spotify to give us a follow there as well. Or Apple Music. We're also on there, I think. However you listen, just follow the thing. Do the thing. Click the thing. And as always, I've been Zach.
I've been Shua.
And I've been Steve.
See you
later.
What up?
Bye, guys.
Later.